Let's get real. Stop waiting for apologies. Toxic people, they won't give you one. Not ever. You think they feel bad? They don't. You think they regret their actions? Wrong. They regret nothing. Apologies are for people. People with empathy. People with a conscience. Toxic individuals lack both. Their world is different. Their rules are skewed. They operate on pure self-image. They are always right, always justified. Always the victim. A survival mechanism. For them. This behavior is learned. It is reinforced. Every time you accept their excuses, every time you hope, every time you forgive without change, they are rewarded. They learn it works. So they double down. They never apologize because they don't have to. You enable them. You allow it. Understand this now. It saves you pain. It saves you time. It saves you time. It saves your sanity. This is the first lesson. The hardest truth. Accept it. Or keep suffering. Your choice. This isn't a game. This is reality. Why do you fail? You project. You apply your own moral code. You think they think like you. They don't. You assume remorse. You assume guilt. These are your feelings, not theirs. You hope. You cling to what if. That's you hope. You cling to what if. What if they change? What if they realize? What if they finally see? They won't. This hope is a trap. It's a weakness. It keeps you tethered to a sinking ship. You see their potential. You see their potential. You see the good in them. You invent it. It's not there. Not for you. Not for this situation. You make excuses for them. They had a bad day. They're stressed. They don't mean it. Lies. All lies. You're trying to rationalize chaos. You're trying to fractionalize chaos. You're trying to find logic in a place where logic doesn't exist, not on your terms. You prioritize their comfort over your own peace. You prioritize their feelings over your own boundaries. You walk on eggshells. You censor yourself. You dim your light to make them comfortable, to avoid conflict. This is self-justification of unyielding righteousness, of absolute blamelessness. They are perfect in their own eyes. Everyone else is flawed. Everyone else is wrong. Everyone else is to blame. You are just another variable, another obstacle, another tool in their grand narrative of their own superiority. So when you ask for an apology, you are asking them to dismantle their entire worldview, to admit imperfection, to surrender control. They will never do it, they cannot do it without shattering their own ego, their own fragile sense of self. It is impossible for them. And you are wasting your life waiting for the impossible, waiting for a phantom, a ghost of an apology that will never materialize. Wake up, get real. The problem is not them. The problem is your expectation. The problem is your delusion. The problem is your inaction. Your failure to protect yourself. Your failure to prioritize your own well-being. Your failure to see them for exactly who they are, not who you wish they were, not who you hope they could be, but who they are, right now, in this moment. A person incapable of genuine apology. A person unwilling to take responsibility. A person who views you as a means to an end, not as an equal, not as a friend, not as a partner, not as a human being. Worth respect. This is harsh. It is necessary. Here's the edge. Here's your power. Stop asking. Stop hoping. Stop explaining. You shift your focus from their behavior to your response. You understand them now. They are wired differently. Their internal operating system, it's broken. By your standards. They have an external locus of control. Everything is someone else's fault. Always, they lack true empathy. They cannot genuinely connect. They are often narcissistic. They are the center of their universe. This is not a judgment. It is a fact. A strategic observation. Once you accept this, you stop playing their game. You stop trying to change them. That's a fool's errand. You start changing you. You change your strategy. You change your expectations. You impose consequences, not arguments, not pleas. Consequences. When they act toxic, your response is simple and powerful. Disengage. Do not explain. Do not defend. Do not justify. These are all invitations. Invitations to their drama. Invitations to their manipulation. You become a gray rock. Unresponsive. Uninteresting. Emotionless. Emotionless to their provocations. They thrive on reaction. They feed on your frustration. Deny them that fuel. Starve them out. Example. They make a snide remark. Or blame you for something. Your old self would argue. Defend your position. Try to make them see. Your new self, you simply state, I disagree. Or that's your perception. Then you walk away. You end the conversation. You hang up the phone. You block the message. No lecture, no debate. Just a clear boundary. An action, not a wordy explanation. They try to reel you back in. With more drama, more accusations, more victimhood. Your response? Consistent disengagement. I won't discuss this. Or my decision is final. Your actions speak louder than any apology. You need to respect yourself more than you wish for their respect. Because their respect is conditional. It's always a power play. You're self-negotiable. It's foundational. This is not about being cold. It's about being strategic. It's about protecting your energy, your peace, your mental health. You don't need their validation. You don't need their approval. You don't need their apology. To move forward, to heal, to thrive. Their apology is worthless if their behavior doesn't change, and it won't. So you stop waiting. You stop expecting. You stop hoping. You create distance. You create space. You protect your peace, ruthlessly. This means sometimes you have to cut ties completely. Family, friends, colleagues, if they consistently poison your life, if they consistently disrespect you, if they consistently refuse responsibility for their own actions, you owe them nothing. Your loyalty belongs to yourself. Your well-preservation, it's a fundamental requirement for a powerful life, for a successful life, for a life of peace. You cannot build on rotten foundations. You cannot grow in toxic soil. You cannot win their game. So you change the game. You change the rules, your rules. You define your boundaries. You enforce them without compromise, without explanation, without regret. This is your power. This is your edge. This is how you win. Not by getting an apology, but by making their apology. Irrelevant, by making their toxic behavior ineffective against you. By making yourself immune to their manipulation, You become impenetrable, unmovable, unshakable. This is the goal. This is the strategy. This is the way forward. The time for waiting is over. The time for hoping is done. Stop playing the victim. Stop enabling their game. Take back your power. Today, now, identify the toxic people in your life. Decide on your boundaries. Enforce them. Be ruthless. Be relentless for your own good, for your own future. Do not apologize. For protecting yourself, do not explain your self-worth. Choose peace. Choose strength. Choose yourself. This is not easy. It will require courage. It will require conviction. It will demand sacrifice of comfortable delusion. But the alternative? Endless suffering. Endless frustration. A life diminished by others' poison. You deserve more. You deserve better. Demand it. Not from them. From yourself. Make the shift. Embrace the edge. Reclaim your life. The apology you seek will never come. So stop looking for it and start living on your terms, your rules, your power, your peace. This is your life. Own it. Go.